gentlemen, welcome to STR Wrestling Review. I am your host, Saber, and today we are going to be reviewing last night's episode of Monday Night Raw, which took place on May 26th, 2025. So the show starts out with Seth freaking Rollins, Braun Breaker, Big Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman coming to the ring. Once they get to the ring, Paul Heyman says that Seth Rollins is the new tribal chief, and that everyone in that ring, besides him, Paul Heyman, is the future. And then when Seth gets the mics, he says that he is going to be the Money in the Bank winner. Then for the first match, it's a Money in the Bank qualifying match between Penta, Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable. Right away, we see a suplex from Chad Gable to Penta. Then we see Penta and Dragon Lee wipe each other out. Then there's big kicks everywhere. And then we get to see a double suplex. That means Chad Gable has two people that he's holding. A double suplex. That is insane. Then we see a moonsault from Chad Gable to Penta. And then Chad Gable's Worlds Collide opponent, which if you don't know, there's a big WWE PLE that's happening with another federation called AAA. So Chad Gable's opponent for that comes in the ring and interferes, giving Penta the win since he did the Penta driver. Then backstage, the Judgment Day is seen and Roxanne Perez comes. She gives Dominic Mysterio some chicken tenders and then tries to massage him. But then Liv Morgan comes back and says that she does not like what she sees. Next up was a match between Akira Tozawa and Rusev. Then Rusev does an accolade and Akira taps out right then and there. That's how fast the match was. But then Rusev won't let go of the accolade, so Sheamus has to come out and, since they have a history together, they stare at each other before Rusev leaves. Next up was a match between The New Day, the War Raiders, and American Made. Now, this wasn't a normal triple tag team match. There were only meant to be two people in the ring at all time, and you could tag anyone from any other team. Eric started using Ivar as a weapon before American Made and The New Day started an alliance in the ring. But then, in classic New Day fashion, they betray them to retain. Then Jey Uso comes to the ring, but then is interrupted by Gunther, who comes in to actually congratulate Jey for retaining the title and for 15 years of Jey Uso in the company. But then he says if he really wants to be a good champion, then the only person he should care about isn't the fans, isn't his family, but is himself. Next up, Kairi Sane and Liv Morgan have a match together. Right away, Sane hits a spear, then a flying forearm. But then Liv does a code breaker. But then, later on, Roxanne pushes Kairi off the rope to try and help Liv Morgan win the match. But then, instead of Raquel distracting the ref so Liv Morgan could have more time to defeat her, Raquel winked up to Roxanne and said, "Why'd you do that? She can win on her own." And this did not make Liv Morgan happy because, like I just mentioned, she lost. Next up, in a very, very quick backstage moment, Rhea Ripley says that she is going to be the one to win Money in the Bank. So then, the Intercontinental Women's Champion, Lyra Valkyria, comes out and then gets interrupted by, right now, her rival, Becky Lynch, who says in their match at this coming event, Money in the Bank, if Lyra wins, then Becky won't come back after her. But if Becky wins the title back, Lyra is going to have to raise her arm, just like they did in NXT when Lyra Valkyria won the NXT Championship from Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch raised her hand. Next up for the main event was a Money in the Bank qualifying match between Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Right away there was a brawl between Sami and Seth, and then Sami got Seth out of the ring. Then there's more brawling, but then we get to see a suicide dive onto both Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor. Then many times, Sami Zayn punches Seth when he's in the corner. Sami Zayn kicks his opponents, then does a springboard to his opponents. Then we see a sunset powerbomb from Sami Zayn to Seth freaking Rollins. Then we see a superplex from Sami to Finn Balor. Then everybody's down. The bodies are scattered all over the ring. Seth tries to form an alliance with Finn Balor, but then pedigrees Finn. And then pedigrees Sami Zayn. Then we see a coup de grace that fails. Then a curb stomp from Seth Rollins to Finn Balor. And then a hell of a kick from Sami Zayn to Seth freaking Rollins. Then Big Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker come. But before they can do any big damage, Jey Uso comes and makes sure that they can't. Then Dominic Mysterio throws in a chair for Finn Balor, but then Finn Balor gets a curb stomp from Seth freaking Rollins, and then gets pinned the 1-2-3 for Seth freaking Rollins to go to Money in the Bank. But then after the match, we see a GTS, a go to sleep from CM Punk from Seth freaking Rollins. But ladies and gentlemen, that was my recap. That was my review of last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. If you want to find out exclusive news, then go follow me on Instagram. One of the reasons you should, especially right now, is because I'll be interviewing a wrestler soon. So if you want to find out when that video comes out, go check out my Instagram. And one more time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.